Welcome back to part 4 of the 78 Hammond project. My name is Sean and I am the Montana mechanic. So today, if you've seen the last video, we got the tilt moving, going up and down. We had to replace the tilt motor. It just crapped out. Well, it's from 1978 and most electronics didn't do that. But today, when we had it running, the carburetor, when we first did this, the carburetor was completely dumping fuel out of it and leaking by. It was pretty much a giant toilet bowl. Even still ran, but it was just a giant toilet bowl. So today we're going to get this taken off. Go put this lovely rebuild kit in there for these Carters, not Carters, but Rochesters. The models 2G, 2GC, and the 2GV little 2 barrels. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was sitting there reading on the tag up here. You guys look. This at its peak ran 170 horsepower in a little 4-banger. Most of the V8s at the time were running that. So, that's what you get for having big block power, I guess. So, since this was half of a pretty much 460 block, they made them. So, alright, we'll get her taken off. Get it cleaned up. You'll see me taking it apart here in a little bit. And you'll see all the grody stuff on the inside. So hopefully, we might be able to get the ultrasonic running that my brother had. And get her all cleaned up, so it'll be nice and sparkly and clean when I get her put in. So, and yes, I am going to put an extra fuel filter, because they actually had a fuel filter in line here in this one, but I'm going to put a fuel filter in here in a little while, so when we start this up, I'm not going to get all that crap fuel back in this brand new CARB. So having 2 fuel filters better than having one, especially one up here. We already don't need to take out this fuel pump, because this is a pain in the ass to get and expensive. So let's do that, get it taken apart, and have fun on this journey. So hopefully we get this done today, and in the next video or two you see it on the water. So, alright, or we get it washed then put on the water. Probably washed and put on the water. And alright, let's get it done. Did the hard part. Let's do it. So, got the CARB off. Got her taken apart. Got anything else? Is it just me, or am I just the only one that sets all my screws how they come off of stuff? Yeah, let me know. But she's pretty grody. It's even better, but also seen worse. Not too bad in there. Let's see here. Let's get some light in here. In the bowl. Got some floaties. Whatnot. Definitely in the jets need to be cleaned out. That is all grody. And clean all that out. To focus on the right things and get those all cleaned out. But the underneath doesn't look too bad, but so far that I've noticed that's different, just looking at the kit, is that power valve. These are fully rebuildable at the time, so you just had to cap that off there and pull the whole thing out. and screw it and rebuild them. This one does not do that. So it doesn't have the little thing, it has a clip. So I have to somehow get that on there, unless they have that new updated part for that in here for the power valve. So we'll get that going, get this all cleaned up. Hopefully get this through the ultrasonic. Probably should have took that apart before I took that off, so it'll make it a lot easier. But hindsight's 20/20 sometimes. So, all right. Hopefully, get the next one. Be all nice and clean, and ready to go. All right. Update, new shirt, new day, just ran out of time. Get her all put back together. So we got her put back together. CARB. This, even though it says this is a Rochester, but this is a Mercruiser carburetor that is modified from a Rochester. So, but luckily the kit that we had was a good kit. So we got her put in there, cleaned up, put back on, getting ready to fire her up. Got the battery in it. See if this thing's gonna leak, or hopefully she runs. So we'll get that UV on the next little update here in a second. So we'll get her running and go that way. All right, bye. That's sticking. So, got her running. Had to take that stupid thing off, the carburetor off a couple times, because she started just dumping right out of the overflow. So I had to take it apart a couple more times to get the floats to be stuck. What it's measured at and what the book says are two different things. So, and there's several different numbers on it, but this one is supposed to be at a certain number, but it's not. But there's 3 more different carburetors, so we set it to a different one of those carburetors, not the one that we have. So, if you set it to the one like it says it's supposed to, it's too high, and it just dumps down, just goes overflow. So we had to reset it to a different setting on a different carburetor setting for this carburetor. Now it is not leaking over. She is running super smooth. Alright. Super smooth. And we hooked up the charger. See if it's charging. I don't know if you guys can see it. I know I can't. And she's running about 16 volts. So she's running a little high, but I don't know what the actual spec on these ones, what they're supposed to be with this CDI box. I'll read up on it, but I don't think it's supposed to be 16 volts. Temperature's doing okay, starting to climb. There should be. And no hesitation when you rev it. And just dumping tools. But, so look into that a little bit more. So, we got her running. got that all hooked up and not dumping fuel. She's not hesitating when we rev it up. And she's going into gear. So we got that. So now we'll just change the oil and do it. Pretty sure she's nasty, probably full of old fuel. Yeah, I can smell the fuel in it from when I was dumping from all that old fuel. So we'll get the oil changed, get that all dumped up, and hopefully we'll get her cleaned up, put that new rail in here probably next week, because this is a Sunday, the 23rd, I do believe it's the 23rd on a Sunday of August. So kind of let some stuff go. So alright, she's running. I'm going to change some oil, do some lighting, and hopefully you'll see us washing it and be on the water next video. So alright, thank you guys for watching. You can go and do projects like this. Sometimes it's a giant pain in the butt, but giant pain in the butt. Stupid freaking camera. Makes it auto. Giant pain in the butt, but you can do projects like this. Simple, easy to do. Sometimes it just takes some extra money. But so far we're under $350 on this project. That's with the oil, the cap and rotor that I got with the new thing, the rebuild kit. What cost the most was that tilt motor. That was cost us $250. Yeah. So, hopefully the next video we'll get her cleaned up and be on the water. So thank you. Keep on liking and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.